Hello again and welcome back. I wanted to do this video outside, but it's pretty windy out there, as you can tell from my windswept look. If you ever want to know what the weather's like around here, all you gotta do is look at my hair. I wanted to talk about today feet. Because feet have such a huge role in our health. And I did not realize this until I read a book by a friend's husband, who's a chiropractor, where he talked about runners and the kind of foot problems that they have and the kind of back problems that they have because of the shoes that they wear. And even running shoes and athletic shoes, like all other shoes, have a heel lift. And every time we wear something that has a heel lift, it tilts us. It tilts us forward. So anytime we're wearing shoes, we're tilted a little bit forward, which throws off the alignment of our back, and it also affects our balance. About 3 years ago, it might be more now because I haven't been counting, I stopped wearing shoes as much as possible, and I even started hiking without my shoes on. And what I discovered from that, it changed my life in ways I was not expecting it to. So first of all, as you can imagine, it improved my balance. And I had been doing Tai Chi for quite some time, and a lot of times people do Tai Chi because they want to improve their balance. But I had more balance when I did Tai Chi because I wasn't wearing shoes most of the time, and I stopped wearing shoes when I did Tai Chi. They have flat shoes that you wear, so that's good, but those shoes actually squeeze your foot a little and make it a little harder to balance. The other thing, and the most important thing, was that my feet came alive. They came alive because we have all these little teeny muscles in our feet that are designed to detect the terrain that you're on and respond to that terrain. And when we have our feet encased in shoes, it's almost like putting them in little coffins. And if you compare the feet of people that go barefoot more often than people who don't, you can see that the foot doesn't have as much definition and that it doesn't look quite as alive as a foot that has plenty of opportunity to be free of shoes. And so the other thing that it's major what happened with those muscles developing, because it awakens your senses. And I know I keep saying awakening senses, but this is a really important aspect for being able to listen to the various forms of consciousness that we're always interacting with, but not as directly as we could be. So when we're not wearing shoes, we have this direct contact with the ground, and then our foot is responding to that, and it's developing all kinds of muscles. And it's also, the pad is getting thicker. So even though the bottom of your foot is getting softer, something about the skin on the bottom of your foot gets thicker that allows you to walk on all kinds of terrain, even if it's like rocky, and not be as affected by it. Or it feels good, because really when you're going barefoot a lot, it kind of feels like you're getting massage all the time. But the other thing is that your foot starts to become an interactive being with the earth, and you can feel its aliveness, and you can also feel it feel your feet directing you and talking to you. And so as you walk barefoot more, you find that you can go faster and faster across terrain where at first you were sort of like, ooh, I gotta watch where I'm going every minute. So there's that. There's also the improvement in your posture and your spine. And actually, my son was having all kinds of back problems, and I introduced him to the shoes that are considered barefoot shoes, and his back problems cleared up quite a bit. And then whenever he would go back to wearing just regular shoes, he would have back issues again. So it definitely affects your spine. And what I found was that my spine started to come back into alignment the more I walked barefoot. And then, of course, I can't walk barefoot everywhere. So when I'm not walking barefoot, I use barefoot shoes. So there's other things about this that I wanted to cover. There's also, let's see, there's your spine and there's your balance. Those are the two major things. Your spine improves and your balance improves. And also your engagement with your environment becomes heightened, and your feet, you begin to realize, are communicating with you all the time, and you feel more connected to the earth and to really everything around you. But the thing that really, really surprised me more than anything, because we're told, at least I remember being told, that if you don't wear shoes, you're going to develop flat feet. That's what people say, right? It's the opposite. What actually happens is you develop this really deep arch. And I was very surprised by that. And I realized over time that the reason you develop this deep arch is because that is the cushioning for your foot. So you have this, when your foot is not on the ground, it's like this. And then it does this. It does this when you walk. It's like bouncy. It makes it feel like you have bouncy cushion all the time. And okay, so the other thing I just want to mention, but you would discover this for yourself and you should really just try it, is that there's a certain aliveness within you that occurs when you're allowing your feet to be as alive as they can be, to be freed from the encasement of a shoe, to feel the texture of the ground, to move more freely, to develop in the way that it's meant to develop, and to respond to the environment. And then you, too, become more responsive to your environment, because you can in all different ways. Partly, it's that your sensing and feeling is heightened. I know I say that, but it's true. And partly, it's that your whole way of moving evolves. I mean, it doesn't even really evolve. If you think about it, it goes back to the way it was meant to be. I was walking barefoot all the time when I was a kid. But so we, in our culture, we are encasing our feet in these little coffins. We're tilting ourselves up and throwing ourselves out of balance. And then we have to do things to correct that, whether it's go to a chiropractor or do Tai Chi or whatever we need to do to correct that, going to podiatrists, because not only are our feet not free, but the shoes, especially for women, are like squeezing them down into ways that they are not meant to be, and it actually changes the shape of the foot. So when you stop wearing shoes, mostly, your foot changes back to the shape that it was meant to be, where your toes spread and your foot widens out a little bit more. And it's really cool to watch the development of your foot. So I've been meaning to share this for a while. It's a valuable practice that I hope that you will try. I mean, even just if you wear shoes in the house, don't do that anymore. If you wear shoes to walk out to the garden or put out the garbage, you know, just don't wear them as much as you can, and you will begin to see your feet come alive. And it's exciting and it's fun, and it really changes the way you feel overall, health-wise. Thank you for returning to listen to me once again, and I hope to see you again soon in the next video, and I hope that you will try this out, because I'm sure that you will find it very satisfying.